Hello and good morning to everyone. So this is the second question of weekly contest 505, which is lead code 3955, that is valid binary string with cost limit. So basically in this question we are given two integers n and k. Also the cost of a binary string s is defined as the sum of all the indexes where the character is equal to 1, right? So suppose we have a string 101, then index is 0, index is 1, index is 2. So the cost will be 0 plus 2. So it's basically the sum of all the indexes where our character is 1, right? And it is given a binary string is said to be valid if first condition is it doesn't contains two consecutive one characters, right? This is not a valid because two consecutive ones are present. And the second condition is the overall cost should be less than or equal to k, right? So these are the conditions which makes a binary string as valid, right? Now what we need to do is we need to return all valid binary strings having length n, right? And the order doesn't matter, right? So let's see an example. So in the example we are given n is equal to 3 and k is equal to 1. So basically what we want all strings of length 3 whose cost is less than or equal to 1, right? So first draw all the strings of length 3, 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. So these are all the strings whose length is 3, right? Now we want all the valid strings, that is they should not have two consecutive ones and their cost should be less than or equal to k, and k is here 1, so less than or equal to 1. So if we see this string is not valid two consecutive ones, it also has two consecutive ones, it is also invalid, it is also invalid. So these three strings have two consecutive ones, so they are invalid. Now if we see, now we see the second condition, that is cost is less than or equal to k. So what is the cost over? There is no one here, so cost is 0. Here the cost is 0 1 2, cost is 2. Here the cost is 1, here the cost is 0, here the cost is 1 0 1 2, 0 plus 2 is 2. So which strings we want all the strings having cost less than equal to 1. So this has cost 2, so it is also invalid. It also has cost 2, it is also invalid. So what are the valid strings that we got? Triple zero, 0 1 0 and 1 0 0. These are the three strings that satisfies the condition, both the conditions, that is do not have two consecutive ones and cost is less than equal to k. So that is our answer, right? That is our answer. So this is a example. So let's see the constraints. So here n is less than or equal to 12, right? And k is less than equal to n into n minus 1 by 2, right? So we can see here n is only, length of the string can only be 12. So what are the total possible strings of length 12? That is 2 ki power 12, right? So which is small, right? So we can solve this problem using recursion or by trying out all the possible strings, right? So let's see the approach part. So basically we need all the binary strings having length n and satisfies the condition that it doesn't have two conjugate character as ones, and cost of the string should be less than equal to k, where cost is basically the sum of all the indexes where we have a character 1. Cost is basically the sum of all the indexes where we have a character 1, and as n is less than equal to 12, then our search space will be small, so we'll be explore all the strings. So we explore all the strings using recursion and backtracking, right? So what we do is, so we start building the string from index number 0, index number 0 to n minus 1, right? And at every index we have two choices. either either we can put a character 0 or we can put a character. So if we put a character 0, then 0 there is no condition on that, so it will always be valid. And even 0 doesn't increase the cost, so the cost will remain the same. And when we put 1, so before putting 1, there is a condition that there should not be two consecutive ones should not be there. So we have to check what was the previous character, right? Before putting a 1, we have to check what was the previous character. If the previous character was a 1, then we cannot put 1, then we cannot put another one, right? So placing 1 will be valid if the previous character is not 1. And when we put 1, then our cost will also be increased. So when we put 1, we have to add the index to the cost. So earlier, if before this index, if our cost will be c, then when we put this one, then our cost will be c plus index of this, right? Index of this character. So we have to do this way, right? And when we construct the string, what we maintain, we have three things: the current index, or we can say position, or current index I. What is the cost till now, what is the cost, and what was our previous character, so these are the three things that we maintain, right? So what we do is, we start depth first search from index number 0 with cost is equal to 0, and at each position we will do two options: first place 0 and then continue. Second option is place 1 if the previous character is not 1, and then we increase the cost by the current index, that is cost plus I, right? And every time we check, if our cost becomes greater than k, then we stop at that point, then we stop constructing the string at that point, and retrack, right? And when the string length becomes n, then we get a valid string, so we store that string in the answer array, right? And at the end, we return all the collected strings. So we will try to understand with the help of an example where we have taken n is equal to 4, and k is equal to 2, right? So at index number 0, we have two options: we put 0 or we put 1. So first we will explore putting 0 cases. So we put 0 over here, so our current cost is 0. Then again, then we move to index number 1. So again, at index number 1, we have two options: put 0, so again we put 0. Then we will see put 1 case later. Again we have one case: put 0 and put 1. Then we put 0, then again we put 0. So now our index is equal to then we reach index is equal to length, right? And our cost is also less than k, so we store this string, that is 0000 in our answer, right? So we have stored this string. Now we move back from here, so we remove this character 0, and now we add the character 1 over here, and then we move ahead. So now our index is equal to n, but our cost, so here when we add this character, we have added the index 3 to the cost. So now here our cost is equal to 3, which is greater than k. So this is not a valid answer, so we don't store this string, and we go back. And here we have explored both the cases, so from here we remove this character also, and we go back to this index. Now at this index, we explore the case where we add 1 to the string, right? So if we add 1 to the string, our index is 2, and our previous cost is 0, so 0 plus 2, so our cost will become 2. Now from here we can add 0, so we add 0 to it. So here our cost is equal to 2, and we again get a valid string which is 0010. Again we get a string 0010, right? So we again move back here. Now we go to this case where we can put 1, but before putting this 1, we can see our previous character was a 1, so we do not put this 1 here, so we revert back from here. Now we explore both the cases on this index also, so we go to this position. Now at this position, we explored the case where we will put 0, so now we will explore the case where we will be putting 1, right? So we take this case where we put 1, so our cost will become 1. Then from here we take the case, we put 0, then again we put 0, so again we get a valid string which is 0 1 0 0, right? Then from here we come back, again we take this case, but here the cost will be 1 plus 3 4, which is greater than k. So this string that is 0 1 0 1 is not a valid string due to the condition. So from here we go back here and then explore this case. So in this case we have two consecutive ones, 0 1 1, so we don't take this case also. So we go back here, now we go to this case where we take 1. So in this way we'll try out all the possible strings, and take those strings whose which do not have two consecutive ones and whose cost is less than or equal to k, right? So I hope you get this example, and please draw a tree like this and try to understand on your own. That will help your intuition and build proper logics in your mind. So let's move to the code part. So in the code part we have taken a vector string of type string answer to store all the valid strings, and then we have taken a dfs function which will take index, the size of the string that we have to form are k, current cost, whether do we have a previous one or not, and our current string that we have formed till now. Then the first condition that we check is if our current cost is greater than k, then we return back from here. Then the second condition that we check is if our index is equal to n, that means we have formed a full string, then we push that string in our answer and then we return back, right? And then if these two conditions do not satisfy, then we have two cases. This is the case where we put 0. So first we put a character 0 to the current string and then call the dfs function and shift the index with 1 and k, and we are putting 0 so the cost will not be affected, and previous one function will give false because our current character is 0. And then when we come back, then we pop back the character, and then we check if previous one is not true. If previous one is not true, that means if previous character is not 1, that means we can put 1. So we push the current character as 1 and then call the dfs function with next index, and we increase the cost with cost plus the current index, and we have marked the previous one character as true. And then while backtracking we remove the character. So once we form all the strings, then we get our answer, right? And this is in the main function. In the main function we call the dfs function, and at the end we return our answer, and dfs will give us all the valid strings. So this is the simple code. So I hope I am able to explain you the solution properly.